Hey everyone, my name is Adam the Merc, and wow, 2025 is almost over. This year has gone by pretty fast, almost too fast. I am becoming ever more aware of my own mortality. Anyway, I just wanted to say 2025 fucking sucked. Yeah, this year hasn't really been the best for me. I won't go into detail, but a lot of shit happened behind the scenes, both online and IRL, and my mental health wasn't really the best this year. But a new year is a new start, and I wanted to take this time to give you all a brief update on my plans for both this channel and Sonic Phantoms going into 2026. So let's start with the channel update. Now, I did want to upload more this year, but as you can probably tell, that didn't really work out. A few things deviated my attention. Like I said, mainly stuff IRL and online getting in the way and affecting my motivation and mental health as a result. I did actually start a gaming channel with my best friend Spencer. I just never announced it on this channel, which probably was a mistake, but hey, I'm doing it now. It's called Merc Spencer, and we have quite a few videos already up, so please check them out if it sounds interesting to you. We haven't uploaded in over a month, but that's another thing I aim to focus on going into the new year. Shameless plug aside, going into 2026, I want to actually upload somewhat frequently on this channel. So basically last year's New Year's resolution is now this year's. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to upload yet, but I do have some video ideas, so I'm basically just going to be throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Despite everything wrong with this site, I do want to give this whole YouTube thing a legit shot. I enjoy making stuff and seeing people's reaction to said stuff. Speaking of which, let's move on to the big part of this update. So I finally managed to get the pilot to my Sonic fan project, Sonic Phantoms, out. And the performance was less than ideal. But despite that, I fully intend on seeing this project to the end. Sonic the Hedgehog is my favorite franchise of all time. It probably had the most influence on me growing up. And Sonic Phantoms is essentially my love letter to the series. So now that the pilot's out, what's the plan? Well, the original plan after the pilot was released was for me to finish writing the scripts for the rest of season 1 before the end of the year, send them all out to the voice actors to record the lines, get the season all edited, and release the episodes on a weekly basis like an actual show. As I said, that was the original plan. After contemplating it for a bit, I have decided to make quite a big decision regarding the series going forward. Let me explain. Even as the pilot was being edited, I began work on the rest of season 1. And while I knew where I wanted to go with the story and the character arcs, all that, and I had an outline for each episode, I was never fully satisfied with the scripts I came up with. Every time I thought I had something I was happy with, eventually doubt would sink deeper and deeper in, and I would find myself rewriting the script from scratch. After some reflection, I believe I've come to understand why. My biggest issues with the scripts were often the dialogue in the pacing. Let me explain. As an audio drama, the way the story is conveyed is limited to, well, audio, which often led to me having characters flat out say what was happening in front of them in order to better communicate what was going on, which often led to the dialogue feeling unnatural and drag it down the overall pacing, if that makes sense. Like, If a cannon were to suddenly appear in front of a character, the character most likely wouldn't scream, "Is that a cannon?" out loud, especially if they were alone, and unless they were crazy. But in a medium where the audience can't see what the character does, audio is the only way to communicate what is happening in the moment. While sound effects do help to an extent, there's still only so much you could do without having to tell the audience what is going on, and there lies the problem. In storytelling, one of the first things you learn is show, don't tell. And when following the audio drama format, I felt like I was doing more telling than showing. Now, some might call this a skill issue on my part. Anyway, basically I've come to the conclusion that the audio drama format is too limited for the story I want to tell. However, I still unfortunately can't really rely on visuals for this project. I can't really turn it into a comic or animation as much as I would love to. I just don't really have the time, resources, or skill for that matter, to do something that ambitious. So if that's the case, where do we go from here? Well, how many of you have heard of a YouTuber called Postura?
I'm fucking dying!
In case you were unfamiliar, Postura is a YouTuber who typically covers subjects within the horror genre. And last year, 2024, they actually did a rewrite of the Jeff the Killer creepypasta. I swear this ties back into Sonic Phantoms, just hear me out. And the way they went about it really interested me. You see, Postura did the rewrite as more of a traditionally written work, if you know what I mean. But for the YouTube video, Postura didn't just narrate the story they wrote, but also got voice actors to come in and voice the actual dialogue. This might be oversimplifying it, but just picture a normal audiobook, but with a lot more production value and more than just one person doing all the voices for every single character. Like half of the shit you find on Audible. Or most of it. Anyway, I figured the style of storytelling might actually be the perfect direction for Sonic Phantoms. The more traditional style of writing would allow me to better convey the story I want to tell without the dialogue and pacing feeling off. I get this might be a pretty big change in direction, especially so soon after the pilot was finally released, but I honestly feel like this is the best direction for the series. As for the voice actors, I fully intend to keep each voice actor in their respective roles, as long as they're willing to stick around, which I hope they are. They're all extremely talented, and I really hope they're willing to give me in this new direction a chance. I plan on starting this new direction by remaking the pilot in this new style. Now let me be clear, the story of Sonic Phantoms isn't changing. I pretty much have the whole story planned from start to finish and fully intend to see it through. The overall plot of the pilot will stay the same, but I do plan on adding some extra bits to help it stand apart from the original pilot, as well as expand the story. This is a story I've wanted to tell for years now, in a franchise that I love and desperately want to share with the world. Anyway, that's about it for the update. Here's to a new year and a new start. Hopefully 2026 is a hell of a lot better for this channel than 2025. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the new year. Bye bye.